Because I could take myself, for example, Ali would pick up on when I was nervous. Even though I knew how to do it, that doesn't mean I understood it, and that doesn't mean that I was confident. So you have to get them to the point of being confident, not just memorizing how to do it. You can memorize anything. Doesn't mean you understand it.
I made Bree nervous plenty of times.
She did. But Isabella wasn't as hard on me than he was. She was nice to me. But yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But those are things that you have to learn to pick up on. Just how I knew Melody was kind of nervous. You have to pick up on those things because they don't know. They're just doing what they're told to do. But at some point, you have to tell them, okay, let's take a step back.
Now, I would say for you, don't get discouraged by this. Don't let this discourage you from the FTO program or even being as active. Because I mean, I can say this as my prime example, and I'm sure each and every one of us can agree. We all had a spot where we got called out for something. Might not be FTOing, but it's something that we did. And honestly, the thing is that you can let it tear you down or you can grow from it. And that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to help y'all grow because the thing is, these FTOs, I mean, everyone that you train, all these badge officers, all these vested, you're gonna be really proud whenever you see them in a suit training other officers, knowing that you're the one that trained them. So don't let that knock you down.
I can vouch for that because you and Big Ace make me proud because I trained you guys. So I'm like, yes, look at them go. But yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. I've been doing this, what, 8 months? Two different places. It takes time. And even still, I get confused. Like, it's not a rush to who knows what the fastest. You don't gain experience overnight. The experience is going to come with time.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've got called out on stuff on what I've done wrong or how I'm training because all I've really done is FTO. I haven't done really anything else. Even Bree has called me out on it.
Yep, I call Ali out on stuff all the time. He knows it too.
All right, Franco, you got anything to say?
Copy that.
Thank you, Franco. Alright, so, and with that being. Bree?
I'm just trying to figure out why he's stuck in a corner, but he's not online.
What?
I think he got knocked out when you got knocked out.
He's online.
Mm-mm, he's not. I
Shows he's
tried.
shows he's online. Anyways, all right. With that being said, and Franco putting you back on uh being a shadow. I do like they said. I don't want you to get discouraged. Uh, I don't want you to get discouraged about not keep on doing the way you're going because you're doing good. We just need you to watch and learn. And then I don't know if they mentioned it, but since you are so high ranked up as a colonel, and there's no one higher on, it is your job to be acting supervisor. So, if someone doing something that's kindly correct and tell them, hey, this is how to do it. And if they have any questions, and answer it. Once I see that you are doing good and just sitting back and watching and learning, we will talk about your. Anyone can. Anyone can hear me. Can you hear me?
You're lagging, Isabella. I heard nothing you said. Okay. We're waiting on Isabella to come back because I don't know what she was saying.
Sorry, you had to relog. Only thing I want to say is, Linus, I just want you to know, like, I am actually really happy in the type of officer you are. And honestly, it does inspire me to be a better officer as well.
Well, I thank you for that, Tracy. I appreciate it.
All right, I have nothing else to say. Franco, you got anything? Bree?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm just waiting on Isabella to come back.
All right, Isabella said she has nothing else. So before we close out, Ace, do you have anything? Linus, do y'all have anything? Concerns?
Yeah, if y'all have any questions or something to say, just say it, please.
Like, even if it's not the FTO program, if there's something that y'all want to just say, go ahead and say it.
Oh my God. I don't doubt it. Y'all right next door to us.
Ace, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. No, I really don't have anything to add.
Alrighty, like I said, don't let this knock y'all down. Like, honestly, y'all do have some officers y'all have trained really well. Just so happened there was a couple that fell through, and we're just trying to tighten up, like any IRL job or any real department.
Let's see if just give Isabella a few moments. She said she was going to relog because I know she was talking. So We'll give her a few minutes. Sorry, my German Shepherd barking.
In other news, man, I really wish this game would fix the glitches. This is getting annoying.
Let's give her a few seconds. Are y'all good? Y'all have nothing to ask or any recommendations?
I mean, one suggestion that I think that we could implement with these new hires is that every FTO officer, whether myself, Franco, you, Bree, Isabella, Tracy, we should really be able to um, I think continuously let them throw up their macros, and if they have any, like during the testing, maybe if more than one of us can be in the room and retest them again. I mean, it would kind of like, if that would help. Like I said, I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable that they can't answer any questions or ask any questions. Sometimes I feel that, if we all have a job to do at the same time, that everybody, whether unbadged or badged, should be, at least trying to take this serious. But you have others that just come because they heard about, oh, you get paid every 30 minutes, and oh, you get this. They hear about all the perks and the benefits that come along with being a part of PD. But if you're not really going to take it serious, it's not going to benefit you, because when you get out being badged and doing a 10/12, you don't know what's going on in the field. So if they want to, there, it seems some of them like to rush their hurry up to get out there. They call themselves waving a taser around, and I have a badge and a gun, and I can do what I want. No, it's not like that. And if they're not coming to, I try to ask them, hey, listen, do you have any other questions? Or, is there any scenarios that you like to go over with? You've had some officers, new officers, that have actually come out and asked questions, but a lot of the other ones will sit back. And it's just when it comes time to produce, they can't. So it's like, what did I miss? What am I missing? What step am I missing? So I'm at a loss. So I think, I just look and listen from now on.
And that's why we've been trying to role play more to get that experience because a lot of these people have never role played either. And that's how we figured it out last night.
Facts, and that's the big thing is we do have more and more gangs that are wanting to role play with us, but if we have officers that are messing up role playing that don't know how to role play, it's just gonna make the gangs not want to role play with us and just want to kill us, which none of us wants that.
Implement a role play class.
That's an idea.
We do it in the army because
PD1 and PD2 are the role play class. That is the role
yeah,
play.
but there's other role plays we could practice in PDG other than that. just just an idea. I'm not saying I know anything better than anybody else, but just a thought. If they're saying that they don't know how to role play, and that's going to be something that causes an adverse effect on us, um, it's just a thought. Maybe more practice with that. Even 10-12s, not every time you go out, you're guaranteed to pull somebody over. Some of these officers are coming on at hours that nobody's here. That's an issue as well. So there's some other gaps that could be covered. I apologize for whatever part I played. That's why I've always maintained the same statement. I do not want to teach anybody wrong.
Like I said, there's no need to apologize, Ace. Honestly, I know you were on vacation probably when these guys were being trained. So honestly, I'm not too upset. I'm just more upset with the whole FTO program as a whole. The only reason why I brought both of y'all up is I know you are a big role in the FTO program. And like I said, the person that brought the issue up with me, he did say it was y'all. And that's the big thing right there.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Um, Isabella just sent me a message on Discord. She's lagging. Um, she wanted me to say that she told me to tell you that for the rank up, she just wants to wait until you get the FTO program down, because it is a requirement as a GIN when there's no actual officers online that GINs have to train. So that is absolutely a requirement. So she just wants to wait until you master that, and then once you start like going to scenes or taking control of a situation, and then she'll talk to you about a rank up. She just wanted me to tell you that. Sorry, I was trying to read her message and eat at the same time.
Copy that.
But you'll get it, and Isabella won't let you down. I promise. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Any other suggestions that we can do?
No, I'm just gonna look and listen.
Yeah, y'all can be honest too. Like, I'm sure you are honestly upset or a little bothered about it, which honestly, I would be bothered and upset as well. So, like, y'all can be honest with us.
Right, y'all know y'all can tell me anything, so I don't be tripping like that.
Nah, we good. We understand.
We can probably, me and Big Ace IRL will probably chat about it and see if we can come up with some type of strategies to help. Um, if we find out any suggestions, but we're definitely IRL going to speak about it.
Okay. If y'all want to talk and we can brainstorm some strategies, we can, and then I'll run it by Franco.
Well, I mean, Franco's right here.
No, I mean like later on, not tonight, but that's what I'm saying. If they want to talk to me and we do brainstorm, I can run it by Franco after we do. Does that sound cool with you guys?
Yes, ma'am. So what I'm gonna do, I don't think there's any new officers on right now. Like I said, what I posted is what I have so far for Officer Leroy Jenkins. He also did the briefing room that it is a lot of information. Um, I know there is an order to the how we train our officers. Maybe we can flip one of the classes because after the macro and testing and then you do the PD tour, that's a lot of information of the different floors and what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. Maybe we could flip taser for macro and violation, do macro and violation after taser. They kind of get their brain, kind of
We
getting
can't do
focused.
macro in violation after taser because they have to know they have to know to throw the taser macro.
That is so true. But okay, so then maybe I don't know. I have to kind of like brainstorm that.
How it's supposed to really go? There's supposed to be intro to macros and tour, and then you're kind of supposed to take a break. Like I know I was trained. You're supposed to do it the next day. Um,
Right. But
unless
then
they be like,
I would
hey,
have
I got time, let's do it. That's different.
Hey,
But
Chief, you need to relog.
and a lot of officers have been screaming that even in after doing macro testing, hey, I'm on longer. Can I continue on? And I'm looking like, well, that's a lot of information. Usually we can just hold off and come back tomorrow. And a lot of them have been persistent about finishing. I don't know why. And I would think it's a lot of information and you can kind of like refresh yourself the next day when you come back in. But I don't know why they're trying to push through it. I tell them to take their time all the time. So I don't.
honestly, macros and violations is very important because that has to be required before they can do 1012s because they're not going to know what's going on. That's why we do the intro to macros tour and then macros and violations. And then it can kind of stop. But then you might as well just do the taser training because that's kind of the easiest class.
Okay, got a question, and it's kind of pertinent. Does anybody else play Army in this?
Army?
Yes.
No.
I have on a different server.
Okay, Tracy. So therefore, you'll know exactly where I'm coming from, sir. Do you not remember when you went through your training in Army? Army isn't even going to let you do
Yeah.
raid. They're not. You're not going to do anything Army until your second day in the Army. They're going to make sure you had macro training, base tour, macro training, base tour. They're going to make sure that's drilled into you before you even get out there at raid.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we typically do here. I mean, as y'all know, the unbadged officers, they can't do anything either. They can't get out of their cars and stuff.
Yes. So it's kind of the same. Unbadged officers are not supposed to go on the raid. Um, they're rushing to get the rank up because just because you reach your XP bar doesn't mean you're going to get a rank up. And that's how I thought it was. Everybody thinks once the XP bar is full, you get a rank up. Absolutely not. There was times that I would wait weeks and then I would just magically get 3 rank ups because I had met that goal. Reaching XP doesn't mean that you've met the rank up goal.
Now, something that we can do, and I'm telling you now, this specifically, if Chief does this is what NRP, another server, does about rank ups, and they only do rank ups twice a week. We can do that. They do rank ups on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So
I don't think
basically,
that really matters. To me,
well,
I don't think that really matters. I feel like they should be. That's why it's at chief and DFG's discretion. And that's
right.
why there's meetings to reach the goal because they're not going to be like, oh, let me give to my XP before Saturday. I don't think the days matter.
Can y'all hear me now?
Absolutely. Where you come from? You've been sitting in the corner for like an
so
hour.
sad.
Motherfucking goddamn motherfucking signal. I swear to fucking God, I hate this goddamn fucking signal.
Oh shit.
Man, you kiss your mom with that mouth?
Fuck yeah, I do, because she's dead.
Oh.
Shit. Oh,
Okay.
no, I'll walk away.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm getting pissed off at this fucking signal. Anywho. Oh, what the fuck did I miss?
Everything.
God damn it.
So yeah, you missed was you were gonna give us all bonuses.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, bonuses.
Yeah, about that. So, my dog ate all the bonuses, so you gotta go to him.
No, we was talking about FTO stuff. Anyhow, y'all have any questions since he's here now? I don't even think he knows what's going on, but
What's going on? Seriously.
and Isabella texted me and said to hold off on the rank up until the FTO program is mastered. She wrote me that like not too long ago. Cause she logged out.
So she sent me something along those lines as well. She did send me that she told. Hang on, I'm looking. She said, if you can get online, it won't let me back on. Storm rolling in. Power went off. Lioness. I'm withholding Lioness's rank up due to her. God damn, I can't even fucking read her goddamn thing.
You can't
I
read?
am holding. No, I can't fucking read it because, like, it's the way she texted it. She said that I'm withholding Lioness's promotion due to her going through shadowing, needs to learn how to be a full-fledged FTO and train properly before she becomes a Gen, due to it being what prop. God damn, I don't even know. She can't even spell. Anyways, something about Major Gen. And then she said also she needs to learn how to take control of scene when she is on scene. What the fuck is she saying? What the fuck? I'm so fucking confused. Hang on. Let me read this shit real quick. Hang on. I gotta fucking decipher her goddamn messages.
I can tell you what she said. She sent me a message, but it was put together better than that.
I think she did it while she's drunk, honestly. I'm just kidding. She's not drunk, but that would be fucking hilarious because then I'd be like, caught it.
Alrighty. Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
I have nothing unless they have questions.
Franco, you got anything?
Oh, okay. I see what she's saying now. She's basically saying that you need to take more control and have more situational awareness when it comes to scenes. That you need to, whenever an officer fucks up, you need to step in and be like, no, you cannot be doing that. You need to do this. It needs to be this violation, not that violation. You need to have more of an awareness on the violations, is what she's basically saying. So I think what she's basically talking about is that you really need to work on your violations. Like learning what violation goes where and what violations don't go there. Does that ring a bell to anybody? I mean, I'm a little fucking confused on that.
That's what she sent me. Just worded a little different, but yeah.
Lioness, does this ring a bell at all? I'm fucking lost. I'm in the dark here.
To be honest with you, it really doesn't ring a bell, but I mean that's if that's what she observed from what other officers have said, I can't go against that. I know I've heard other things from other officers that were positive, so I don't know which officer is saying what. Um, if they're saying it to you all, they haven't shared it with me, so I don't know the prop see when the person keeps doing something wrong and if you don't address them accordingly they're going to continue to do it unless that person say, hey, listen, I didn't understand, can we go back? um I can read minds but I'm not psychic, so with that being said I would have to, just like I said, I'll just sit back, look and listen. That's all I can do.
Hang on,
I don't,
hang on. I got a question, Lioness. Did you just say you can read minds, but you're not psychic?
yes, I can.
You can read minds? What is my mind saying right now? I want to know if you can read my mind. Come on now, hit me up.
You want a bucket of chicken and you want the rain to stop so you can actually talk.
Did you say fuck a chicken? Hold up. What?
That's what I
That's what I
heard. I
heard.
wasn't gonna say
I don't want to
nothing.
be fucking no chicken. What
I
the
said
shit?
a
But I do want some
bucket. I
motherfucking
said a
chicken.
bucket. Bucket bucket of chicken.
Bucket of chicken. Oh,
Oh,
I
bucket.
thought you
I
said he
thought
was
she
fucking a
said.
chicken.
Yeah, I thought that's what she said too. I want a fucking chicken and stop. It would have the rain to stop. I said, whoa, hang on. Listen, we like the squawk a lot, but god damn, that's a little too much feathers. Fuck you, Tracy. Shut the fuck up.
No, I just can't read. Just all in all, I just can't read other people's minds. I don't, like I said, I don't want to keep doing something wrong and saying them wrong, and then I'm getting blamed for, oh, she said this and she said that. Now, we all go out on 1012 together as badged officers, unbadged, and the role when you go out as an unbadged officer is to pay attention on a 1012. It's you're supposed to throw up your macros as well. If one person is driving, the other person needs to be throwing up macros. I always try to remember, even when I go with them, hey, listen, you have to throw up that same macro that I do. Now, whether they're doing it or not, I've seen a few of them don't. They won't do it. So I don't want to be mean, but if hey, listen, you need to throw this macro, pay attention to what's going on.
No, and that's a perfect example, actually, because y'all know I'm not mean. Like, I'm a big goofball and I'm sweet as ever. But yesterday, when we were doing the pop up hiring event, was it yesterday or the day before? Whatever night we did the pop up hiring event, someone was downstairs telling Ryan and Presto that they had to throw up the suspect detained macro when they were arrested. And they were literally arguing with them about it, and it confused them because they're new. So I had to go there now pretty firm and put my foot down and say, hey, they do not have to throw this up because you're not a suspect and you're not being detained. This is the only way we can
Oh,
get
you're
you
talking
upstairs.
about that Fortune Ramsey fucking dude.
Yes. Yeah, so I wouldn't have to call myself mean, but I had to get really firm with him and say, this is what it's going to be. Now you can either leave or you can get in these handcuffs and go for your interview. It's That's your
I'm an
choices.
asshole.
So
I'm an asshole.
so the big thing is Ace, you're you own like three companies in real life, right? I think that was you.
I actually own a company as well. I
Yes, I
own
do.
Ready
I
to
own
Buy
three.
Act Shy LLC. It's a small
Okay.
online boutique, and I've been in business for almost 2 years, coming up in July on the 14th. So I
Okay,
do know how
perfect.
to
So
train other people. It's just if you're not paying attention to what is being said to you, how can I make you do something that you don't want to do? And then you're breaking RP rules because you're farming, because you're coming in, you're clocking in, you're doing a little bit of here and there, and then soon as a summer of a gen or a colonel or a suited officer comes online, you're logging off. So then when we get to actual role play and doing a 10-12, and then you're stuck with a deer cart and headlights, how do you help that situation when you're running around not actually, hey, I need to be trained, or hey, I need to be paying attention to this, and I'm not.
so the one thing I will say about that part is you are a colonel, you are a supervisor, and you're also, or you were, the assistant commander of the FTO program. And them not listening to you and them not wanting to do it, that's insubordination. And you can actually bring that up to any of us. And if you have it on body cam, then they can get in serious trouble. And
Oh, sorry, go
What
ahead.
happens when they do that during hiring event? When they've already just got hired, they'll come and say that they'll be back. We'll be here online till 3 o'clock our time in the morning. I know this because I've done it, and they don't come back. And then they come back the next day, but I'm at work. Okay, so I can't get on. I can't help them. The next day they'll come back, but I'm missing them because of IRL work, man.
Do y'all
So
remember when y'all first got hired and what I told y'all? When you had to get off, I think it was you had to get off. I said, hey, when you get free time, message me on the score and I'll hop on. That's how you have to do that. They could at least say, hey, I'm ready for training.
That's how I was able to track down Muggy Mac and on
mm,
Discord. Hey, come on, I'm jumping online. Let's get some of the training done. And I've done it to several other new officers and no response. And then when they finally get on and then they do something wrong, nobody's on to catch it because you didn't respond to my Discord. I can screenshot that as well. And I think I have some body cam footage where some of the officers ran past me and I'd have been online.
So I will say, I know he's a lower rank than you, and I know you're nice like I am. But I've seen Batman kind of. I know he's a big goofball, but there's times that me and him have been at HP, and he even took over the role because he has that male, I guess, just that male in him. So a lot of people don't take us serious. So if like Batman is online, use him because I know he can actually do it. I've seen him do it because they're not going to take us serious a lot of times.
And that's what I started when Franco, you trained me, and then everybody was told me, hey, Shy, don't do record in the briefing room. That's why I've always recorded when I do trainings, So that way everybody knows what's going on. We're all in the same room together. If I have to play this back for evidence, I will. That's why sometimes my videos are 19, 20 minutes, 40 minutes long, because you have the new officers in there. They're not asking questions. Hey, how do I do this? Okay, let me stop you here. Let me correct you here. Oh, well, you know what? I got to go and eat, and I'll come right back on, and they never do. And then we're having new officers come in, and then the old officers or the new old officers are confused because it's just okay, you had to step away, which is not a problem because you have IRL situations going on, and I definitely understand that. But that's why I'm just a little concerned about, you know, what officer is saying that they're not doing properly, like Melody. I've always told her, don't shoot inside of, you're not supposed to shoot inside of the green zone. I had to correct that a couple times when we was outside with Mr. Clam. And she said, oh, I forgot. Well, this is like my second or third time telling you this. So now are you following what I say, or you just doing what you want to do?
So about the recording, Chief can correct me if I'm wrong. So when we're doing trainings, only thing that should really be recorded or posted as a recording is a tour, PD1 and PD2. Because sometimes, I hope you know that admin can see all of that if they want to, which is why we only post screenshots unless necessary, because y'all know we play around and we could get in trouble for something that's unnecessary. That's why how I've always been taught was screenshots unless it's those 3 classes. Now, if I'm wrong, you can correct me on that.
Right. And see, and I thought the screenshots was kind of odd because just the same situation, an officer can say they're not being trained, and that's not the case. I have video evidence saying that you were trained and you interacted with me and asking questions as well. So when I was told, okay, you don't need to do videos for that part, I think I do because it's important.
We're not
Because
saying don't record, but we're talking about actually posting the recording because admins can see it.
Cor- So the only reason why we're saying do not post the other videos is because most of the time you're up here on floor 2, and because they've actually changed where you guys can actually hear us from the office. Sometimes you can hear us depending on where we're standing at all the way into the macro room. And if we're sitting in here having a conversation about something that is not PD related and you happen to catch it on your body cam and you post it there and admin sees that video, which they do review every video we post on that Discord. They review all the forum videos, body cam. They review all the training videos. They review everything. So if you guys actually post something and say, like, for instance, you know how like there's the ongoing joke about like Franco's knee pads and something like that. Like if we're having a joke about that, saying, "Oh, hey Franco, you need to shine your knee pads up," da 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 da. Like they're getting a little hairy, as a joke, and you were to catch that on body cam, then whoever said that is actually going to get sanctioned for RP14. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the only reason why. Like when you're doing the training video, that's why you throw that one macro up saying, "Holy, hold mics." That lets everybody know whenever you're in that area, we know, hey, we cannot be talking about stuff like that. Same with PD1 and 2.
That's also why recording's not allowed in here either, unless he's recording for a specific reason. Because we do play a lot that's not game related, and yeah, that can go bad.
It's not because we do want you to record the trainings, so don't take that the wrong way. We want you to record the trainings. Have your body cam on, record the trainings. That way, if there's any discrepancies, then it is recorded on there showing that you've done it. This is done the correct way, da 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 da. But, and if there's also anybody that's giving you shit, it's also caught on body cam as well. So that way they could be removed from office or get repped. But when it comes to actually posting it, we want just a screenshot of all the trainings except for tour and PD 1 and 2. Because PD 1 and 2, you have to have body cam of them actually doing the arrest properly or doing the scene properly. And the tour, we have to know what you are actually doing. That's why it should be 2 officers doing the tour, which I have said before, but there's never usually have been on 2 officers doing the tour. So it should be 2 officers doing the tour. One's actually doing the recording of the tour. The other one is leading the tour with the actual people. So it should always be 2 people. And then this person that actually recorded it is the one that posts it and puts the person that ran the tour in the actual FTO spot where, you know, everybody that actually posted it is one already mentioned at the very top because they're posting the video. But that way it shows, I've told him up here on PD1, or in the, excuse me, not PD1, mission patrols, that he can only spawn these cars. This is the only car that he's able to get into by himself as a. You are not to spawn any 1012 vehicles. And the only time you can spawn a vehicle and go out on an active ride-along by yourself is if you are captain or above. That's another thing that has not been said at all in the tours at all. Because I have caught, I can't tell you how many people, I can literally count on 6, or not 6 hands, 2 hands. Sorry, I meant to say 6 different officers is what I was trying to say. 6 different officers where I have caught them going and getting a 1012 vehicle as soon as they get their vest and going out on an active ride-along as a lieutenant. No one's told them it's captain or above. Even though it clearly states it in the PD rules when you send it on Discord as a ride-along. It clearly states if you are recruit to a captain. Hang on, let me go look at it real quick. Hang on.
It's captain because that's when they're supposed to be learning how to de-escalate situations, and as an acting supervisor or